Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. I was sorting a bit of the new graphics and everything, I am so happy. I am so happy, man. I hope you guys can hear me fast. I've been really carried away. I'm all over the place. So happy those 3 points. As you can see, I've already given away my Ramsdale rating, as you can see on screen already, but I am absolutely buzzing. What an amazing 3 points. I've already put out the match reaction. If you're already here, you can watch it afterwards. It will be in the description. If you're watching this on replay, the match reaction will also be in the description and also in the YouTube card right now. And man, how are you guys, man? How are you guys feeling? It's been 18 days since we had our last game. 18 days. 18 days is a pretty long time. Make sure to hit the like button if you're buzzing. 18 days is a stupid long time not to have a game. That's almost 3 weeks you had without Arsenal, and they're back with a win. They're back with the win, just exactly what we needed. So let me see what you guys are saying before I get into the player ratings. I took so much, by the way, with all these player ratings. I took like a full day making. Tactical says, come on, you Gunners, massive 3 points. Tactical also says Michael Oliver giving 2 yellow cards in the same passage of play. I've never seen anything like that. What is supposed to happen is you are supposed to give if someone has committed a yellow card challenge, you're supposed to stop the game and give him a yellow card so that the player and everyone else knows that plays on a yellow card. But just letting the game go and then letting Martinelli foul again, but obviously it's a stupid thing to do, as you say. However, Martinelli shouldn't be doing that. We have VSR for the left, but still mad about that. Luckily, we are playing Brentford next up, although they beat us in the first game. We are playing Brentford. If we were playing like a Tottenham or as Chelsea, it would have been a problem. Ramsdale, one of the best in the world, absolutely. Anu says, good evening, how are you? Anu, love the performance all round. However, some of the yellow card tackles, I think we had 5 yellow cards. My goodness, we're doing are unnecessary. Hope the multiple yellow cards isn't a reoccurring thing. Sonny Gang says, I agree, tactical. The boys need discipline. Oliver is a twat. Yes, I agree. Anu says, man of the match to Ramsdale, or Ramsdale as he call him. Lucas says, give Ramsdale and Gabriel a 10 or we riot. Glenn Lucas has already warned me. Nice and early. Cookie says, what a performance from Ramsdale and Gabriel today, man. Gabriel was fantastic. Even got us the goal. I think he's got like 3 goals this season already. Love the new setup, Glenn. Thank you, Tactical. And Aki says, how are you doing? I'm buzzing. Absolutely. So 3 points, 3 very needed points. So let's go to the player ratings. As I go through, let me know what ratings you'd give this player. So let's start with Ramsdale. He made 4 saves today. One of the saves was against obviously in the second half, especially the last like 20 minutes after he got the red card. It's like when a team gets a red card, the other team is like, you know what, this is the team is down to 10 men. We actually do need to score now. Like, it was crazy. So we were under pressure, the crosses, he was handling the ball well, and I usually love how Ramsdale wastes time, like the way he just grabs the ball and lies down on the floor. Many goalkeepers do that, but the way he does it it's very good. It's very naughty, and I like that. So Ramsdale, for me, as you can see on screen, I'm going to give him an 8 for today. Yet another clean sheet for him. It's not easy to keep clean sheets against Wolves. Wolves don't score a lot of goals, but going away to them, it's not easy to play against them. So going out of there with a clean sheet is absolutely amazing. So I'm going to give Aaron Ramsdale an 8 for today. Let me know what you guys would give him in the chat. Let me know what you'd give Ramsdale. Next up, someone said I should give him a 10. Lucas said I should give him a 10. I'm going to give him an 8. He didn't make like 10, 11 saves. I remember against Leicester, when he played Leicester last year, I gave him like, I think, a 10 against Leicester last year. So he didn't have that much to do, especially in the first half. But second, he did very well. So I'm going to give him an 8. And that is also because I do think the other players had a better game. Some of the other players had a better game. So next up, let's go to... Look at the new graphics. I absolutely love this, man. Tierney is also going to get an 8 for today. I'm going to make some more improvements, just learning a few things. So Kieran Tierney is also going to get an 8. I don't know if any of you would give him a 7 or a 6 or anything, but as when you keep a clean sheet in my player ratings, you get an extra 1 point. I think he was okay in terms of handling that left side. Semedo has a lot of pace. Yes, they did have a couple of crosses from that side, but handling Semedo, handling Trincao for the entire game. Luckily, Traore is no longer in that team and would have been in trouble in that second half, but he did allow a few crosses. That's why he's not getting a 9 or a 10. I wouldn't even be surprised if you guys gave him a 7, but that extra that clean sheet gives him an extra point. So I'd have given him a 7, but extra clean sheet, I'm going to give him an 8 for today. Kieran Tierney, there's a time that we almost lost him from the team. Like Tavares was almost taking his position, but he's come back strong, and we are back in terms of keeping clean sheets. Although they say have not kept clean sheets, but we are back at it again. And our next fixtures, Brentford, Wolves again. Hopefully we keep at it again. So Tierney, I am going to give an 8 as well, just like Ramsdale. But Ramsdale's 8 is a bit higher. Next up, let's go to the right back. I actually think Cedric did okay. I'm going to give him a 7 for today. I think in terms of the crosses, the time in the first half he tried to cross the ball to Lacazette. I was like, what the hell are you doing? But there's another cross he attempted again later on. I think I wrote it down. I think around the 23rd minute. If you tune in that game and tune into the 23rd minute, there's a cross he attempted, which was very, very good. I think he defended well. He's also part of the team that kept a clean sheet. We know in terms of getting to Tomiyasu's level is a bit hard. We know a lot of fans want him to go. A lot of fans wanted him to go in January, but he's done well. He did okay in this game, especially. So I'm going to give him a 7. He was part of the clean sheet team. So Cedric gets a 7. So let's go to the centre backs next, and for first one is Ben White. I'm going to give him a 7. I think there's a couple of times he lost the ball. That's why I'm not giving him an 8. Although I do actually love Ben White. I've had a lot of people saying Ben White, the jury is out. The jury is out. He's not done well. He plays one game okay and then 2 games badly. I don't actually agree with that. I think he had some ability to us. I actually had someone saying Saliba is better than him. I've not seen Saliba playing that many times, but I think Ben White, in terms of the passing ability and the long range, long range passes and stuff, I think Ben White is clear of very many people. I think he adds to us something we don't have, and also the mobility and the flexibility. He doesn't just stay in one position. There's a time Tierney was trying to clear the ball and then it hit the Wolves player and then it almost broke into a very dangerous position, and White was there to cover because he also has the pace. So for today, I'm going to give him a 7. He did lose the ball a couple of times, but apart from that, he is going to get a 7 for today. Next up is, what a player, man, Gabriel. Make sure to hit the like button if you think Gabriel was your man of the match. If you do agree that Gabriel was your man of the match, make sure to hit the like button. Gabriel, I'm going to give a 9. I mean, the defending, I think he played with an injury for close to 40 minutes. I really hope he's not out for that long. We don't have a game until next Saturday. So that is 9 days until our next game. So that gives him time to recover. By the way, by the time we play our next game against Brentford, that will be 2 games in 31 days. So basically, we'll have played 2 games in 1 month. That is crazy. Usually play like 8 games in a month. But for us, by the time we get to Brentford, we'll have played 2 games in a month. That is today we've won. Hopefully we get to win against Brentford as well. Gabriel, in terms of defending, the clearances he was making, I didn't agree with the yellow card. The yellow card was a bit stupid for me. Maybe that's why I'm not giving him a 10. Lucas, that yellow card for time wasting that early on in the game. I don't know why he had to do that in the 60th minute, because there's a time he got hit in the face and then he lied down. I was like, Michael Oliver is going to give him a red. We're going to be down to 9 men again at Molineux, right? Luckily not. So Gabriel also scored the goal. Let's not forget, Gabriel got us the goal, right position at the right time. He scored against Leicester early on this season. Look at the fans. For the Wolves fans are not happy with him. You love to see that. He got a goal against Leicester earlier in the season. He got a goal against West Ham, and he's now got a goal against Wolves. The 3 toughest team after the top 6. Those are very hard to play against, and Gabriel has got against all of them. So I am going to give him a 9 for today. So recap in terms of the defenders, I've given Gabriel a 9. I have given Ben White a 7. I have given Cedric a 7. I have given Tierney an 8, and I've given Ramsdale an 8 as well. Now, I'm not 100% sure about Tierney's 8. As I say, when you watch the game once, you might have to change some of the ratings. So you might notice things you didn't see before, but I'm going to stick with the 8 as of now. So let's go to the midfielders. Now, this guy's really scared me when he picked up this yellow card. So I've given Granit Xhaka a 7 because I think apart from the yellow card, I think he was quite okay. I think he did well in terms of, I saw him breaking forward a couple of times, trying to whip in crosses. His tackles were okay in the second half, also playing with the yellow card for 45 minutes. No one trusts Xhaka, but I think he did okay. Also, what else really? They kept the midfield quiet. The likes of Ruben Neves are not easy to play against. The likes of Moutinho luckily wasn't there today, but the whole midfield and Donka, those guys are not easy to play against, and you kept a clean sheet. And I think Jacques and Partey were okay despite the yellow cards, but that was a very silly yellow card. Everyone was crying for them to get subbed off, thinking it was going to get them being sent off, but it was actually Gabriel Martinelli. We're going to come to him later. I actually didn't give him a good rating. Jacques is going to get a 7 for today. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but Jacques gets a 7, had to play 45 minutes with the yellow card. This is like the first time I've seen Xhaka playing 45 minutes on a yellow card without doing anything stupid. Gets a 7. The next one is the player who played next to him, Thomas Partey, is also going to get a 7. The same position in the first half. He was on a yellow card. Again, a very silly yellow card to pick up. That's the problem. The kind of yellow cards and red cards you're picking up are silly ones. If it was like someone is breaking through one-on-one against the goalkeeper, there's only 2 minutes left and you're leading 1-0, you can bring down the play. No one will complain about that at all. But these red cards we've been picking, we've picked up 15 red cards the last 2 years. 15. Now, you can blame the manager because of discipline and all that, but you also have to kind of look at, some of those players, whatever they're doing. Like, that red card today for Gabriel Martinelli, very unnecessary. I don't think the guy was going anywhere anyway. Luis last season, very unnecessary red cards. Ceballos in the Europa League last season, very unnecessary red card. This season, Gabriel against Man City, unnecessary. You'd have probably gotten something from that game. And the other worry is, it's not only Xhaka. Jacques has picked up a red card. Ceballos has picked up a red card. Thomas Partey, Gabriel, David Luiz, Leno, Nketiah, Aubameyang, all these players have picked up red cards over the last 2 years, so you have to worry about that. But again, just like Xhaka, he did well in the second half, didn't commit too much. He made some actually good tackles on a yellow card, which are very risky. There's a couple of times he had a chance to shoot. I really thought we were going to see Partey's first shot goal outside the box, but it didn't happen. One day, guys, one day. Keep the hope. Thomas Partey gets a 7 for today as well. Handled the midfield great. Martin Odegaard was a bit quiet today. Didn't feel it was one of his best games, so I am going to give him a 6 for today. I don't know if you guys agree. Didn't really create that many chances. We only had like 4 corners in the game. I don't think he took many of them. Did I see Saka taking a corner? I'm not sure he took all 4 corners. So he was a bit quiet, but I don't think this is the kind of game for Odegaard to shine in. Odegaard is the kind of player to enjoy, especially the home games, like against every other team at home. But against Wolves, a team that has conceded 16 goals the entire season, that is crazy. So a bit quiet, but hopefully in the next game against Brentford, you see the best of him. Will we see Smith Rowe coming in for him in the next game? We never know. So Odegaard gets a 6 for today. We only have like 16 games remaining now. Let's get to the forward players. Now, Bukayo Saka is just a dirty player. If you saw what he did to the left back twice in the first half when he crossed for Lacazette and Lacazette hit it straight to the goalkeeper. It was a good save. In the time he crossed it for Ben White almost scored. Saka is a dirty player, this guy. But what amazing skill. Didn't really assist today, didn't score, but he did have 2 or 3 incredible passes that would have ended up being goals. He got subbed off in the 67th minute. I didn't actually notice he got subbed off because we were complaining about the red card. That was the time he got subbed off for holding. For those 65 minutes he was in the game, I'm going to give him a 7. I think he did create a couple of chances, which we need him to do, and he did it for us. So I'm going to give Bukayo Saka a 7 for today. Next up, Martinelli. I'm going to give Martinelli a 3. I still feel like it's a bit harsh, but I don't think he created any chances. If he created like a chance or scored a goal in the game and then got sent off, it still would have been a 5. But I've never seen anyone getting a red card like that, but I'm going to give him a 3. You cannot do that, man. You've seen how much you've complained about getting red cards. This is the last guy you'd have thought he was going to get a red card. This was the last guy. Who would have predicted Martinelli to get a red card? Absolutely no one. I don't think he's ever gotten a red card for us. I don't think so at all. I don't think he has. And doing it like that, that's a very silly way to get a red card. It's just for one game, but he has to learn, man. He has to learn from this, cannot afford to do that. Maybe you'd have had like a Tottenham in midweek and you'd have needed his ability for us to get a goal in that game, or the pace or the tenacity or something. But that red card is a bit silly with 25 minutes to go. Could have cost the team. So Gabriel Martinelli, we want to see more of the Martinelli who's scored goals against Leeds and all that. So He's not going to be in the next game, which probably means Smith Rowe will start, or Pepe maybe. I have not seen Pepe in a while. I've only seen him in Cameroon playing for Ivory Coast. But for Arsenal, I even thought he was going to come on today. But maybe you get to see Pepe in the next game or Smith Rowe starting. But Martinelli for today, I'm going to have to give you a 3, man. You cannot do that. So he's going to get a 3. Not a bad player, but he has to learn from that. I mean, this is his first red card. The other players, we're not going to mention their names. You know which players we're talking about, don't you? You know which players we're talking about. We're not going to mention their names, but someone like this has picked up 1 red card, and other players have picked up 4 and 5. So he's going to get a 3 for today. Hopefully he learns. Next up, another player who's very disappointing. I've given Lacazette a 5. He missed Lacazette. You cannot miss that chance. You know, you score that chance, everyone counts down for the next 20 minutes. Simple as that. And it was onside. You've worked so hard to keep yourself onside and to break through past the defenders. I think he did very well to stay onside. And I've never thought Lacazette has never had pace, but to run past that defender and get himself in a one-on-one. And then you rather hit the goalkeeper. You rather have the goalkeeper saving it. But off target, Lacazette, come on, man. You cannot do that. So Lacazette for today is going to get a 5. The reason I'm giving him a 5 and not a 2 or a 3 is because he still did well in terms of holding up the play. He won us a couple of free kicks in the first half. He's the captain. I think he led us well, and I guess he led us to victory. We didn't concede. We won the game. So also, I think he got the assist, right? I think he got the assist for the Gabriel goal. So maybe it's a bit harsh. Maybe you should give him a 6 because he really went for that that challenge against Sa, but you cannot miss those kind of chances, man. You cannot miss those kind of chances. So I'm going to give him a 5 for today. Let me see if you guys are going to agree with him. You're going to come to your comments later, Lucas, Tactical, Sonic. Next up, let's go to the bench players. Rob Holding, I'm going to give him a 7. He was only on for 30 minutes, but that's kind of defending. He cleared the ball off the line. It was so close to being 1-1, cleared it off the line. And then there's a time he got his head on the ball. I cannot ask for anything better, Holding. If you can come on every day and do that, like he did against, he did play against Liverpool when the first leg in the 0-0, right? If you do that every single day, if you can count on you, because Gabriel looked like he was injured, that means since Tomias is not there to play at centre back, that means Pablo Mari is not there, Chambers is not there, and all the other players. So meaning we're going to have Holding in 2 or 3 games at least this season, unless all our players can stay fit. But today he came on and he did his job, so I'm going to give him a 7 for today for those 30 minutes he was on the pitch. Who else came on? Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe came on, a bit of energy. Just the last kind of, they were like literally like covering 3 or 4 players in that last minutes. He was breaking through. He won us a couple of free kicks as well. He wasted a bit of time, which you love to see. He got us pushing from our own half to the other half. He was all by himself. There's a run that Martinelli made in the first half all by himself. So maybe you could give Martinelli a 4 instead of the 3 I gave him, because there's a time he literally ran by himself, worked hard. Maybe I'm harsh in giving Martinelli a 3, but that red card was very silly. Smith Rowe, I'm going to give him a 6. I think he worked pretty hard. And Kete came a bit late, so I didn't get time to make the graphic for him. But I think I'm just going to give him a standard 5, which means we are left with Mikel Arteta. I'm going to give him an 8. Now, I mentioned in the match reaction, you can watch it after this. It's only 10 minutes. I went through the lineup and how the game went and the stats and everything. This is the second time we are beating Wolves in the Premier League since they were promoted in 2018. This is the 7th time we are playing them, and this is only the 2nd time we are beating them. And it's only Arteta who's won both of those games. Emre didn't win any. Big win against Wolves. A team like Man City, the team that is top of the table, they only managed to score a penalty against Wolves because they're so hard to break. 16 goals conceded. Before today, Wolves and Arsenal were the only 2 teams not to have conceded from a corner kick. Guess what? Arteta masterclass. We keep the record for ourselves. We make sure to score a corner kick against Wolves and keep the record to ourselves. Who said we need signings? We are the only team not to have conceded from a corner the whole season. Who needs signings? No one needs signings. This team is going to get top form, I'm telling you. Oh, hopefully I'm touch wood. Hopefully it actually happens. So yeah, we kept the record for ourselves. I think he did very well. Another clean sheet this season. Now we've kept clean sheets against teams this season. Why I feel like this season we have to try and finish top 4 because it's been such a good season. I'd not be totally 100% disappointed if we got 5th or something. and maybe lost it by 1 point or 2 points, I'd be okay. I'd kind of forgive them maybe, but obviously they didn't sign players, so it would be hard to forgive them. But winning away to Leicester, a clean sheet as well. We beat West Ham this season. I think, did we keep a clean sheet in that game? I think we kept a clean sheet against West Ham, right? Playing against Wolves, keeping a clean sheet, those victories against the likes of Tottenham, those have been very, very good wins. Teams usually never beat, so I'm going to give it an 8 for today. We got a win, our first win of the year, got a clean sheet, first clean sheet of the year, got a goal, first goal of the year as well. So is it the first goal of the year? No, it's not the first goal of the year. We scored a goal against Man City, by the way. It's not the first goal of the year, but we done the job. So 8 for Mikel Arteta. I hope you guys agree. So those are the player ratings. Let's go through them one more time. Mikel Arteta gets an 8. Smith Rowe gets a 6. Rob Holding from the bench as well gets a 7. Alex Lacazette gets a 5. I think he held up the play very well, but he got 2 very good chances. One that he should really. The first one was okay, at least he hit the target, but the second one, down to 10 men, you score that and everyone counts down. You can't do that, Lacazette. He gets a 5 for today. Martinelli, I'm going to give him a 3 for today. Maybe should have been maybe I could give him a 4 because in the first half he worked hard. There's a time he literally broke through and ran, but there was no one to pass to. I'm going to give him a 3 because you can't get a red card like that, man. I think that's the most silliest way I've ever seen someone getting a red card, man. Like basically 2 yellow cards in 6 seconds. I think that could be the fastest someone has ever gotten 2 yellow cards. I hope he doesn't have that record. Bukayo Saka gets a 7. He got subbed off, but I think in the first half he did very well in terms of creating chances for Ben White and Lacazette. But Lacazette kept on missing. So what do you do? I think and as Sonic knows how he usually says, he usually reminds me when Saka has the ball, you feel like something is going to happen. Martin Odegaard gets a 6, a bit of a quiet game today. Didn't have any through passes or any clinical passes. I don't even think he took too many corners today. He only had 4 corners. Thomas Partey gets a 7. I'm giving him a 7 because in the second half he had to play with a yellow card, but he didn't do any silly fouls and he kept it quiet and he did his job in terms of tackling and everything. Who else? Granit Xhaka also gets a 7 for the same reason. I think he did okay, apart from that stupid yellow card. Gabriel gets a 9, man of the match for sure. Clean sheet, cleared the ball off the line a couple of times, scored for us the goal. I mean, basically did everything for us today. Who's next? Ben White gets a 7. He did made a couple of errors in the first half, made a couple of mistakes, but I think he defended well. For me, I don't know why people always complain about Ben White. I've seen people comparing Ben White to Saliba. Saliba does not play for Arsenal right now. Ben White plays for Arsenal. Saliba is not going to get us to the top 4. If you're going to get to the top 4, Ben White is the one who can help us get there. And Saliba is going to come back next season. So let's hope they can create a partnership. And Cedric gets a 7. People are complaining about Cedric starting. Why not start Ben White at right back and start Holding? I think he did well. Some of the crossing in the first half was terrible, but some of it was also really good. So he kept a clean sheet. He's going to get a 7. And he kept a tricky play in Podence very quiet. And our Tierney gets an 8 first time. Tierney gets an 8. Could have been a 7. I need to watch the game again, but I think maybe I've given him too high, because I think Trincao got a couple of crosses from that right side and Semedo as well. I'll see what you guys gave him, but I'm going to give him an 8. And our goalkeeper, I'm going to give him an 8 for today. Pretty well, especially in that first half. So let me see what you guys are saying in terms of your ratings. I'm so happy, man. It's not easy to win that game. We're going to play these guys again, by the way, in 2 weeks. We're going to do it all over again. Thank you, RK, for the super chat. Says amazing stream. Thank you, appreciate it. RK, I'm just buzzing for that win, really, really buzzing. Let's take it from the top. Tactical says Ramsdale 9. Distribution, great saves, amazing aerial control, and the post-game passion. I forgot that about the distribution as well. They gave him the ball so many times, Gabriel and Ben White, and he did well, didn't make any stupid errors. 9, I could agree that maybe, but I'm giving Gabriel a 9 because I think he's the man of the match. But yeah, you're right in terms of aerial control and the post-game passion. And also the wasting of time, love it. Lucas says Ramsdale 10. Ben White 8, Gabriel 10, Tierney 8, amazing defensive performances. So he agrees with Tierney 8. He doesn't agree with my 9 for Gabriel. He gives him 1 more. He gives Ben White 1 more, and he also gives Ramsdale 2 more. celebrating in front of salty Wolves fans. You love to see it, man. You love to see it. Cedric really impressed. 8. Tactical gives him an 8. Xhaka 7, the yellow card made me worried. I was sorry at halftime. I was like, we are going to have to play 10 men in the second half. And we knew it. It wasn't them, but someone else got a red card. Arsenal for you. Arsenal for you. Party 6 wasn't as influential as I think. He had a couple of times shoot the ball, but man, what do you do? Sonic says Saka 7 for the nutmeg. Just for the nutmeg, give him an extra point. Totally understand, Sonic. Definitely wasn't as good as Man City. If you're talking about Partey Xhaka, Odegaard was very slow in the start, but towards the end of the game, he got better, so you're giving him a 6. Sonic says, how is Laka missing 2 amazing opportunities in 2 games? That's why we needed a striker. I mean, as I said, I wouldn't mind if we keep Lacazette next season, but not as our main striker. If we can get 2 strikers and then have Lacazette playing maybe as a number 10 sometimes, and then sometimes deputizing up front, maybe if you're in the Europa League or something, he can play in the FA Cup, Carabao Cup. But in terms of depending on him as your first choice striker in the Premier League, no. Timo Laka tactical. Timo Laka. Yeah, gives Ivana memories. Atita not happy with Martinelli gets a 4. Did you see how Atita wasn't also happy with Lacazette? I don't know what he was telling him after he went off, but he was definitely talking about him, talking to him about that chance. He had great link-up play as well as the press. How is Laka missing 2 amazing? I read that already. Raptor says Rob Holding our most important sub when we go into defensive lockdown. Yeah, that's why we need him there on the bench for these 3 months. So we are going to have those kind of games, Raptor. We have to travel to Tottenham. That will be a big game. We have to play United at home. Those are the kind of games we might need to do that. We're going to play Aston Villa away. It's not going to be easy. We're going to play against teams like Liverpool again. So we're going to need that. Raptor says ESR 6. Nketiah is so bad. He's in relegation, let alone Arsenal level 3. I mean, I don't think he was bad. He didn't get any chances. But to be honest, every time he comes on, it doesn't really fill me up with confidence. That is the painful truth, unfortunately. Every time Nketiah touched the ball, I sighed, like, that's what you mean tactical. It's a defensive and attacking superb 9. So you guys are giving them very high. Who's your man of the match? I think I put a poll in the chat. Let me see who you guys gave the man of the match. So before the game, I put a poll asking which position do you think is going to get man of the match today. 40% said the goalkeeper and 40% said one of the defenders. So I guess you're right in terms of the defenders. Let me see who you guys have voted for in terms of man. I can even check it from here. Let me see. Man of the match, Ramsdale. Oh my word! You guys have given Ramsdale man of the match, 56%. Gabriel 28%. Oh wow! I thought Gabriel was the definite man of the match today. I actually did think he was definite man of the match. Tierney 17% and any other player 0%. So you're basically giving Ramsdale 56, Gabriel 28, Tierney 17. So I'm going to put this in the community tab as well so that you can get like more people voting. Is there any other player we should consider for man of the match apart from Gabriel, Ramsdale, and Tierney? Should we put any other player in the poll for man of the match? Let me know. But you guys are giving Ramsdale man of the match. 56% of you have given Ramsdale man of the match. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I can't bring up the comments from Facebook, unfortunately. I don't know why, but I can read a few. Tommy, is it Tommy? So Tommy says Ramsdale is my man of the match. Ben says Saka was good, but not the best. Yeah, maybe, but I think he was okay in the first half. Someone says Xhaka and Partey were okay in the second half. Xhaka was okay in terms of breaking us forward, especially. I'm going to agree with that, but I think they need to be careful next time in terms of picking up silly yellow cards and silly red cards sometimes. So in case you haven't watched the match reaction yet, I'm putting it in the chat right now. Make sure to head over there and check out the match reaction. What am I talking about? Match reaction. The match reaction is also out. I hope you like the new graphics. I'll try and improve on everything as well to make it more entertaining. Maybe have a place where you guys can vote as well. But yeah, 3 points, 3 very, very much needed points, especially with United drawing with Burnley and Tottenham losing. Play me Justin Timberlake, Cry Me a River. Just go and search for that song in case you've ever heard it. Yeah, they're cryers are rival fans. They've lost, they've dropped points because the next time we play is next week, Saturday. United will have played twice since. United will have played twice. So they could easily be 6 points ahead of us. Yes, we'll have 3 games in hand, but we needed to win that game. So match reaction link is in the chat right now. Make sure to go check out the match reaction. It's only time is. Make sure to hit the like button here. Really, really enjoy that, man. Arki says, thank you. Thank you to you too. I can really appreciate it. Make sure to go and check out the match reaction. Really, really happy with that, man. 3 very much needed points. We did it. We kept a clean sheet at the Molyneux. Who's bigger than Arsenal? Nobody. Thank you for watching. Keep staying safe. And I will definitely catch up with you guys tomorrow.